Welcome in, and as we continue this beautiful practice of the teachings of Saraswati and finding clarity in our life, it's if you want, I want you to imagine a big river. For me, the one that comes to mind is the Grand Canyon. I've had the true delight and pleasure of spending many, many weeks of my life in the Grand Canyon on multiple different occasions, and just the grandeur of it, 250-mile stretch that a human could enjoy, and from dam to dam, and the way it so wisely meanders through the countryside that it is held by. And the way rivers tend to follow the path of least resistance. And then when you're on the river and you're in a boat, you have to step into and entrain with its power, its innate beauty, its innate ability to completely consume and thrash, and its innate ability to hold and nurture. And so is life. And Saraswati is known as the river goddess. She's the one who flows, and that's Saras means to flow, and it also means the essence. And so we don't, in this tantric practice, to combine the paradox of essence, the steady of who you are, with the flow of all that you are expressing and experiencing, is such what a gift. And so Saraswati's teaching is inviting us into this powerful place where we get to learn how to take that more raw, rhythmic, innate, just power that is the pulsation of what we are, the beauty of just knowing that we're in tune with some sort of rhythmic flow, and then align that with a deeper wisdom, which is just brilliant. So hopefully that's where we're going. We're learning to trust that life is going to have its undulations. It's going to ebb and flow. It's going to sometimes be quite dynamic, and sometimes it's going to be rather still. And can we have the wisdom to match the energy in such a way that, like the riverbanks, we can contain it? So in the Anusara practice, we have this concept called hugging the midline. And if you think of the banks of a river, they're holding it, literally squeezing into the flow. And sometimes the flow oversteps the boundaries, and you can see the devastation, or sometimes it's forging a new path, and the wisdom of it. And then the river itself is pushing out against the bank. And this is called organic energy. So muscular energy hugging the midline, organic energy expanding back out. So the steady and the expansive. We'll cross the left leg over the right leg, our Matsyendrasana legs. Holding onto the shin, allow the hands to rest on the knee, but the elbows to go wide. Find that central channel, the Sushumna, the central axis of you. And just identify from crown to tail and tail to crown. And find your shoulder blades holding the arms, not your trapezius muscles. Very good. And take left arm behind you. Root down and reach up through the right arm and just reach to the heaven. And find that midline that's between your left outer shin and your right outer thigh. So find those two and squeeze them in. Anchor the left hip to the earth. Holding all of that. Bow in, reach that right elbow to the outer knee, and then find the midline there, pushing elbow to knee to elbow. So the elbow to knee is going to pull you into the midline. The knee to the elbow is going to help expand you away from midline. And then we'll anchor the left hip even more as you twist around that central axis of your spine and let the intuitive nature of Shakti. So Saraswati is going to teach us how to raise the vibration. Inhale, harness the power that you've collected. Inhale, bring it with you as you come out of the pose. And then with humility, we bow in and forward. Oh. Inhale, lift up. Catch the left leg and open it nice and wide. Move your hips closer to your front bent heel. And a deep breath. Reach your right hand out and down. Sweep the left arm forward and up. And that's the motion. So I fix the right shoulder blade onto your back until the elbow crease faces the same direction if the crown of your head was pointing this way. So that elbow crease, that's called external spiral. And we'll reach up and down. And now push through the straight leg heel more, the shoelace side of the bent leg and shin more, and find the boundary of the earth. Pull the straight leg in and root it. Come up. And reverse that. Bring it down and slide it in and lift up. And one more time. Find your breath. And anchor it down with strength and clarity. Pull soles of feet together, knees wide, shift around and use the shifting mindfully. So with the intention of moving the sit bones away from the tailbone. Think about that. That might take 5 years to figure out, but yeah. And then anchor the belly button back, the tailbone down, use your hands behind you and lift up into the length of your spine. From your outer hips, the lower, you know where your sut is, where your butt and your thigh join. So from the outer lower buttocks, squeeze the heels to the center line between. And then from the center line, from your sacrum, that's the triangular bone that's at the base of your pelvis. So the leg bones get to expand away from the sacrum. Yeah. There's little muscles called external hip rotators and little muscles called AB ductors. They pull the leg from midline, from hip to knee, from knee to foot. The midline is, so there's a circuit. And then slowly release. Pull the knees together. My fingers are very mad at me right now, so I'm going to shake them out. It's pushing through my hands so hard. All right, switching sides, left leg down, right leg over, and we'll just come into a still point. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. And we'll reach the right arm behind you. And as you do that, just pause, try to keep the chest and the belly square and find that midline between shin and thigh. Squeeze. Root the outer right hip forward and down. Maintain that and rise up. Anchored in the legs, bow forward. Left elbow, outer thigh. Now push elbow to knee. Knee towards elbow. Use that to expand. And now pry the elbows in opposite directions. So we broaden the middle upper back. Throat pulls back. So your throat lines up with your heart. And just now trust the flow of breath to help deepen the twist for you. It's not about your deepest pose. It's about your most intuitively informed expansion, where containment and freedom get to communicate. Inhale, unwind, and fold forward. Like at the very, very, very beginning of practice, when you offered your Om, I'm Saraswati, but you had to wait for your breath. Find that moment in time where you wait for the breath and let the breath lift you up and out of the pose. Let the breath guide you into your expanded hip opener, pulling hips towards the front heel, the heel towards your upper inner groin if possible. And I realize that this isn't a shape that a lot of knees can do. So your pose is the creative offering that your body can go, oh, that feels good and right. Yeah. Fire up that extended leg, heel, so the back of the knee is supported. That's the muscular energy, the bank. Reach that left hand down and then line up the shoulder. And then we'll wait for the breath. And find the undulation of arm and breath. It's like a pendulum. And that extended right leg has got to pull to the midline of your body as you root to rise. And with clarity, we come back to where we started, although we never step into the same river twice. And repeat when you're ready. And just breathe into the form. Find a way to let the energy expand from the hips to the earth, broad through the waistline, connected through the shoulder blades, down to the left arm, out through the extended right arm, lengthen the tailbone even more as you find energy stretching through your crown. And from there, bring it down. And the flow that moves through me honors the flow that moves through you. Namaste.